Happy Wednesday. Happy Glitter Pit Day. So happy to see you guys here. We have to be really, really quick today. I got to be done here in about a half an hour. Richard and I have an appointment at 4:15 that takes us 20 minutes to get there. So we're cutting it close, and it was the last minute. So I'm going to start with the project today. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys over. Welcome to the Glitter Pit, you guys. Yeah, we have beautiful weather. Finally. It was like 92 degrees yesterday. Let me turn my light on. Hopefully that's better, right? It's not in my face. All right. Can you guys see everything? Maybe I should take my face off just so that you guys can see the whole picture, right? All right, so the printable is over on my website. It's available right now. It's $3 for the printable recipe for today's card and the card sketch, which I'm going to try to have some extra minutes to show you all my samples and go over the updates. There's not that many, but we're going to make the card first. And it's really super cute and easy, which is the best part. This is the card. This is one of the cards. I debated on which one to show you guys because I made so many. So this is the card. And then you open it and it goes like that. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh, I love it. So it's like a inside out flip flap card. Isn't that adorable? And then you can sign on the back side. So put an extra piece of basic white or very vanilla, whatever, on the back for signing. Super cute card. So, and I said, like, I got a lot of samples for you guys. All right, so the card base, which I'm using crumb cake. Let me put my printable up here. So the crumb cake is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to score this piece. And then I'm using the designer paper. This is the Timeless Plaid. And these two pieces are cut at 2. This is not on the printable. This is extra if you want to do this. These are cut at 2 1/2 by 4. And you'll need 2 of them if you want to make them with the designer paper. And then these 2 pieces of Early Espresso, these are cut at 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. You need 2 of those. And then 2 pieces of Basic White, which are cut at 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Yep. Okay, so let's get our paper trimmer. Yes, I'm in transition of my nails. You guys notice my nails? I got all the nail polish off finally. Oh my gosh. Took me forever. So, yeah, I'm going to try to give my nails a break, but now I got to get the acrylics off. But these are my nails. So I think I'm going to trim them down and try to soak off the acrylics. We shall see how that goes. As long as it took me to take the nail polish off, I'm just willing to just let them grow out. Seriously. All right, so on the 11-inch side, we're going to score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So it's going to be like a Z-fold card for those of you that made this card before. All right, so we're going to cut on the 4 1/4 inch side across the top. We're going to line this edge up at 1 inch, and we're going to cut down to that 2 3/4 inch score line. And I folded it so I could see the score line. So line it up at 1 inch, and then we're going to cut down to the 2 3/4. And then I'm going to use my right hand side of my trimmer and line that up at 1 inch and cut down to cut down to the 2 3/4. Okay, that's it. This card is so quick, you guys will be making a lot of them. I believe so, because that's how I was. I was addicted to this card, and I made so many samples. All right, now we're going to cut on that 2 3/4 inch score line and remove those 1 inch tabs. And my comments just went out, so just give me a second here. Let me turn my comments back on. One moment, please. There we go. Oh, I got a commercial, an advertisement. All right, so this is the card base. Super cute, right? And easy. Look how easy. And you're going to make 2 cards out of 1 piece of 8 1/2 by 11. All right, now we're going to add our designer paper. This is what I was saying about it being optional. So you can put your cardstock over here on this panel here. So let me take my liquid glue. I'm just going to put that. This is the Timeless Plaid. Love this paper. Is this what I want to do? Yeah. All right, and then we're going to put this one on the inside over here. Like I said, this is optional. Very cute. All right, let me skip my infomercial there. Hi guys, hi Dawn. I'm here finally, better late than never. You got that right, sister. All right, so now we're gonna take our early espresso. Now, of course, I am just assembling the card with you and we're not gonna do any stamping today. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep it within my time frame. I have to be out of here in a half an hour. So you would stamp, like for my sample that I put in my newsletter today, I stamped all the Silly Safari animals and I did the masking that we did last week. Remember that? And then, so you would do all your stamping before you're adhering it to your panels. And then this one, using the Adventure Together, I just die cut everything, okay? Such a cute set, I love it. All right, so for the sake of time, like I said, I'm just gonna adhere all these pieces. If I've got time between now and say Friday, I will finish this card and I'll post it on my social media so you guys can see what I do with it, okay? All right, there's one. It was like 92 degrees out. I think my phone said it was 81 today so far. So it's really nice and warm. I love it. It's kind of breezy too, so we got all the doors open. I'm just trying to center that. All right, so then you're gonna put your adhesive. Let me just use liquid glue again for this. So on this flap, remember where we cut our 1 inch here? Let me just open it up so you guys can see. We're gonna put our adhesive only on this crumb cake piece right here. And that's where we're gonna adhere our panel with the early espresso. And I'm gonna take it right to the edge. Let me zoom in a little bit. Take it right to the edge of that panel there. And if you open up the card, it might be better so you can see it. Okay, so just give that a couple seconds here. Hi, Laura. Happy Glitter Pit Day. Hi, Mario. Meredith. Just started. All right, you're not missing much. We started out with the card today because, like I said, me and my husband, we have an appointment at 4:15. So I have to be done with my video by 3:30, no later than 3:35, because we have like a 24-minute drive to the appointment. So, all right, now that's your card. And then you can see how that flap right there is gonna open up like that. So then of course you wanna reinforce that fold there. I would say fold it back and then just reinforce that fold. And then do the same thing with this fold back here. Where am I at? Just like flipped around on me. Did you see that? So cute. All right, now to add this panel here, I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this panel up behind this panel. So making sure it's going the right way, especially after you stamp your images on your basic white, make sure it's going the right way. The right side up and you don't have it backwards. All right, so we're going to put our layer behind this one and just line it up. What I'm doing is I'm visualizing this side here with this front panel and my sides. And then I'm just gonna set that down onto the card. And then that's what's gonna make it line up perfectly, just like that. Yay! Super easy. How long did that take us? Does anybody have a counter? Less than 10 minutes. Seriously. And that was with me yapping a little bit, you know? But that's it. And then the fun part is to decorate it, right? So let me show you all my samples. Of course, we have the... Do you guys have any questions about the card? Just shoot them out in the comments, all right? Here is the Adventure Together. So cute. And all I did was just stamp and die cut all the pieces. And this is that stamp set. This is an online exclusive, and it still is available in a bundle. So you guys can still get this stamp set with the motorhome. I love it so much. I love it. And then this is the one using the Silly Safari, which we all know that I love this stamp set. We used it a lot last week. So cute with all those really doughy eye animals. And then this is that stamp set. I have a lot of samples, you guys. This is that stamp set. This is also, oh, this is not also, this is in the annual catalog. This does come in a bundle with the 1 7/8 circle punch, which I think it's back available. I think. I didn't double check, but I think it's available now. So you can get the bundle with the 1 7/8 circle punch, but I did not get it when I got it. So I just got the stamp set, okay? And then let me see which one. I'll show you this one here. This one is using the mixed media designer paper. And I used it just as the focal point for the flowers. Isn't that beautiful? And then it opens up. And the designer paper is the steal of the show for this one. And then I just stamped a couple greetings, which are from the Mixed Labels stamp set. Let me open that up. This is using the Pool Party two-tone cardstock. Can you see the two-tone? Maybe not so much on camera right now. But then the greetings are from the Mixed Labels. I used the I'm So Glad We're Friends on the inside, and I die cut that out with the Stylish Shapes. And then You're a Great Friend, which is right here. And I just hand cut that out for the front. And then the designer paper, I just cut the designer paper at the size that we use for the basic white. And then I just kind of went around the images of the flowers to kind of give that, well, you probably could just keep it white because I put it on white. But my thought was I was going to pop this piece up, but then I didn't want to make it bulky on the inside like I did the front. Here, I'd pop that piece up on the Stampin' Dimensionals for that. And then I did the same thing for the border. The paper is gorgeous in this stamp set. The mixed media, the mixed labels, and then the mixed labels, mixed florals, and then the designer paper is called Mixed Media. They're amazing. I feel like they should all come in like a major suite of products. But those are what I use for that card. And then my next card, let's do this one here. It's Father's Day. It's so cute. I got to use the brand new alphabet set that's really, really large. What's nice with these alphabets is that it takes one whole big dimensional. So it's not like you have to cut, but those letters are amazing. That was one of my first wants with the annual catalog release with the banners. This is a pricey alphabet, but in my opinion, if you're an alphabet kind of a girl or a guy, you will love this die. And it has all the alphabets, but then look, it opens up. And that says, you're the most awesome. Happy Father's Day. So it's using the Trusty Tools, which is still available. And it's so cute. It's not available in a bundle, but it's still available as an online product. So the Trusty Tools dies and the Trusty Tools stamp set. So that's what I use for the inside. The wrench, the hammer, and the tape measure. I really tried to put these on the front, but I felt like every way I positioned it, it would cover up part of the word dad. And I didn't want it to look like another word than what I wanted it to say was dad, you know? So I kind of finagled it on the inside, and it's still cute. Jessie wants this card for her farm stand, one of them, for Father's Day. And then this right here says, you are seriously the best. And that is from the textured notes. All these items will be listed on my website that I use for all the cards, the designer paper, the stamp sets, and everything, pretty much. And then also on the printable. Okay, so this is the textured notes. It's right here. You are seriously the best. And I stamped that with early espresso, and I stamped that on the crumb cake. So cute. Simple but cute. That's what guys like, right? Not really so much cute, but in my eyes, it's cute. In their eyes, it'd be like nice. Masculine, right? Okay, and then the last card here, I used the Party Piggy, but this time I changed the card format. So I didn't change the layout, or maybe it's I changed the layout. I didn't change the format. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I still made the Party Piggy card the same way. I just turned it. And then it was like a really nice surprise because look, this is the Party Piggy. What's shaking, Bacon? But look, when you open it, if you put like a little embellishment, I think I need a bigger embellishment, maybe like a rhinestone, because then it can turn into an easel card. Well, it's not staying there because this is the no show or no, the flat embellishments with the petal pink. You know what I mean? But if you put, like, even stamp the happy birthday to you and put it on a dimensional, and then that would be a stopper. But look, how cute is that? But it still opens up like the normal card. Let me turn it sideways here. Isn't it cute? The Party Piggy is one of my top favorites too. There it goes. Oh, no, it just skipped over it. Probably because I'm holding it in my hand. Hold on. There we go. Oh, nope. I need a bigger embellishment. But I didn't notice this until after I finished the card. So that's why I'm kind of showing you now. So you can make it into an easel card if you wanted. Going this way, the vertical way. Isn't it cute? So those are my samples. Woohoo! Good deal. All right, we got 17 minutes in. Thank you, guys. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Corinne. She says, love the pig. Me too. I love the shaker piggy. All right. So any questions about the card? I'm here for another good, say, I don't know, 20, or no, say 13, 14, 15 minutes. I want to go over the promotion that's going on right now, and there is a glitch in the system. So I just read it on the Stampin' Up website about the BOGO and get one half off. Let me bring in my paper stuff here. Hold on. So we want to talk about the updates. Anything about, oh, very cute. Thank you, Yolanda, Yoli. Thank you, Linda. Love it. All right, I'm just waiting for comments. All right, thank you, Marsha. Charlotte, love this one. See, and it's the same card, but it's the same but different, right? They're all so cute. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the announcements. I know I usually give you guys the announcements first, but I wanted to make sure I got the card in, right? Thank you, Froggy. Thank you, Laura. The face on the piggy is adorable. I know, he looks like he's just so happy. So cute. All right, so let me zoom back out for a minute so we get all of this in here. All right. All right, so I wanted to show you guys that this week's printable, like I said, it is $3, and you get both. You get the inside out flip fun fold card that we just made. And then you also get card sketch number 377, which is adorable. This is the card sketch. And then this was my twist on this week's card sketch using the Notes and Totes bundle, which I love. This tote is actually, one day I'm going to make that for you because it makes a really cute little gift card holder or a little goodie holder. It's like makes a little tote, an actual tote. It's so cute. So this is this week's card sketch. You can see my new card sketch every Monday over on my website. And then you can get the printable or the printable recipe bundle for $3 over on my website. And the link is, everything is listed down below, all right? So this is my website here, in case you guys are new to the Glitter Pit. This is my website. Everything and anything is over there. You can find anything about what's going on with Stampin' Up, with myself, all that, all right? And then also the Glitter Retreat. I feel like I want to say it is full, but I feel like we still have maybe 3 spots. I just had 4 ladies join yesterday. I'm so excited. All right, so I want to explain something. So my Glitter Pit, not my Glitter Pit, sorry. It's my Glitter Retreat that will be October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. You can still sign up, but it is very limited now. So if you're on the fence, please come join us. This is open to anyone and everyone and anyone who likes to stamp, loves Stampin' Up, wants to be with fellow like-minded people. We're going to have a great time. It's a weekend of stamping, so much stamping. So this year I'm doing something slightly different. I'm doing classes instead of the make and takes where we pass like a little shoebox around and everybody makes my 10 make and takes. This year we're doing classes and I'm trying to do 5, and it might be more, but this is the first time I've ever done it in a weekend class. So I'm kind of like trying to estimate on how much is too much and then how much is not enough. You know what I mean? So you guys that are coming this year are going to be my guinea pigs. So you guys got to give me a lot of feedback. So I'm planning on at least 5 classes, and each class will have at least 3 to 4 and maybe more projects. So this is like our first class. I'm using the Peekaboo Forest. So these class packets will be in your swag bag. So everything will be cut for each project. So the Peekaboo Forest class number 1 has 4 projects in it, and everything is cut unless it's specifically where you have to cut it yourself. But I'm going to try to do all the die cutting and all the scoring and everything for you for your class packets. And so you'll end up with at least 5 packets of projects to make. So you could, I mean, there's going to be a lot more projects in this, but I just want to explain how it's going to be this year. So you just grab a packet and you make all those cards or whatever's in that packet. All right. So again, we're going to be swapping. This is a card swap, 3D swap, shoebox swap. We're doing all the swapping. And then the projects that you're going to make for the retreat. Also, we have bingo on the last night, which is Saturday night. We have bingo with the pajama party. Bingo is always so much fun. And just plan on joining us. It's going to be a great, great time. So like I said, the space is very limited now. So I'm so happy to hear that. June's tutorials are ready. I got to send them all out to you that placed orders yesterday. Thank you so much. I'm a little bit behind. But the tutorials are ready and they're so cute. Look at these cards, you guys. They're so awesome. So these are the 8 tutorials. They are written tutorials with pictures, supplies, measurements, everything's included. And this comes to your email box from yours truly when you place a $40 order with me for the month of June. And you can also purchase this tutorial for $10.95 and it will come to you as you order it on my shop account on my website. All right. Any questions, please let me know about that. And that's all found on my website too. All right. So the new tutorials are done. Now the 50% off special that started yesterday, this is the sweets. And these are items that you can mix and match, but just know that when you do mix and match, make sure you're doing something of equal value, especially if you're wanting to buy a whole suite of products. So let's say you're buying, I have a list here somewhere of all my suites. Here, let me grab my catalog. Let's say you're wanting to get the Turtley Awesome suite. And what was another suite over there, you guys? Let's say what is this one? The Sweet Collections. Pretty Floral, no, that's, hold on. I got to get to the page here. All right, so all the suites are listed in the newsletter as well as on my blog. But let's say you're getting the Turtley Cute suite, and the suites include everything, right? So you got the stamp set, the die, the ribbon, the embellishment, sometimes an embossing folder, the designer paper. These are the mother load. It's an easy button, right? Click it, you get everything. So that's what I say when I say a suite. And the suites are all listed on my blog and also in the newsletter. And then when you click on a suite to purchase it, you'll pay for that one, and then you'll get your next suite if it's on the list, which it probably should be if it's a suite. You'll get that one for 50% off, right? But this is the issue that I think Stampin' Up! Is having, is that when you're adding other products from a suite into your order, it takes the less value and has you get that one for half off. So let's say you added the Turtley Awesome suite of products, which this suite is, let me see here. This suite, does it say, oh yeah, $80.50, right? So that's going to be the most expensive suite, right? So let's say you added another suite, which is, hold on. Let's say this, let me just pick another one I can't say. Boho Vibes, right? Is that a suite? Yes, Boho Vibes is a suite, and this suite is, where's this suite bundle at? Hold on. Does it have the price somewhere here? I don't see the price. Do you guys? Anyway, what I'm saying is the most expensive one is the one you're going to be paying for. And the second one that you add in your order will take the less of the two. And you'll get that one at half off, right? So, but if you are placing orders of other items and those other items end up being like a pack of the another suite of designer paper, it's going to take that designer paper and add that as a half off item. So what I feel like what everybody is telling us to do is to place separate orders for the whole suite. And I know that's such a problem because you're paying more in shipping, but that's the only way to guarantee that you're getting the suites at half off and then one at full price. You know what I mean? So once you start adding other lesser value items into the mix of your order, it's always going to default to the 50% off item to be the less value. So if you got these gems when you ordered the Totally Awesome Suite and you wanted to add another package of gems, it's going to automatically add that package of gems for the 50% off instead of your second suite. You know what I mean? So if you are wanting suite products, like, because I think everything's still available that's in the annual catalog, I could be wrong, but just double check, then I would highly recommend that you place a separate order to make sure you're getting the half off item for the second suite. All right. And then if you want to place another order, say for just designer paper, let's say you ordered the designer paper separately and then you wanted to add the gems, then you would get the gems at half off and you'd pay full price for the designer paper, or vice versa. If you want to add the embossing folder, it's always going to pay the full price for the most expensive out of the two items that you're adding. Okay. So just be aware that Stampin' Up! Is aware of this glitch and they are working on it. So, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to message me or reach out. And you can also call Stampin' Up! If you have any questions about the order that you've already placed. You're making me a little scared if I will be able to keep up. No, Linda, you'll be able to keep up. Don't be scared. This is fun. 5 bundles are going to be 5 classes. And the cards are all, it's pretty much all done for you. All you have to do is just stamp it and put it together. You know what I mean? So, but the cards are super cute. Some are fun folds, some are easy. Don't be scared. You can buddy up with your table mate. You can buddy up with a friend. You can just do it by yourself. You can work at a pace. She's talking about my retreat, right, Linda? So yeah, there's no pressure. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting with 5 because I feel like 5 is pretty good. It's an even like amount, kind of like for a 2-day, well, it's like a 2.5 day event. So, you'll be fine. Okay. Don't worry. Let me see, previous page. What was on the previous page? Oh, that one that I was talking about, the price. The boho. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And the boho vibes was $63.50. So between the Turtly Cute bundle, which is the one that you would end up paying for, the $80.50, then when you put in the boho vibes suite, it would take the half off of the $63.50. So you'd be paying like $32.25 or something, right? So it's a really awesome sale, but it's almost like you have to be strategic on how you're placing your orders. And I'm really sorry you have to really think about your orders. I mean, normally, like when we go, let's seriously have a minute. When I go to Amazon, I just want to go to Amazon and click, 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 add to cart, cash out. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to say, well, if I put this one in first and I put this one in second, it's automatically going to put me half off on my lower price one. But then if I add anything else from another suite that's on this promotion, say, like, okay, so let's say you added the Totally Awesome Suite and the boho or the Sunshine Vibes, right, as your 2 suites. Then just on a flute, you add in another pack of designer paper, say from, hold on. Trying to see my suite here. Okay, hold on. I know there's more suites in this. Where's all the suites at? Let's go back to that Asian one here. That's Kintsugi, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. This is another suite. Let's say you added your Turtley Cute in your boho vibes, and then you said, well, I really want this designer paper, but this is in the suite promotion, so it's automatically gonna boot out the boho vibes, and it's gonna add this paper as your half off, or your half off. That is not what we want, right? So that's why I'm recommending that you just put an order in just for the suites that you want to make sure you're getting it at half off. And then go back in and get all your individual items, because then it should do all the half off items on that too as you work around. But the suites are the most expensive, right? Do we have to pre-order the stamp sets before the retreat? Okay, so that's a great question, Vicki. No, everything is going to be provided for you. So when you get your swag bag, you're going to have all your classes in there with so much other stuff. And then I'm going to provide you with the stamp sets, the ink, the die cutting machine is all going to be there. Just like how it was when we did the shoebox swap, kind of like, not the shoebox swap, but the shoebox make and takes, when you guys did everything in the box. And then if there was any die cutting or stamping, everything was in that box. It's going to be the exact same way, but it's going to be at stations. So like station number 1 for class number 1 is going to be over here. It's going to have chairs for you to sit at to stamp, die cut, color, whatever you need to do for your make and takes. And then you go back to your table and you put it together. And everything has a printable. So you're going to have, depending on how many projects we have, it's going to be a humongous printable. So that's where you got, not actually a printable, it's going to be a PDF. So a PDF will have you step by step making your projects at your own pace. Like I said, if you wanted to, like Vicki, you're coming with Susan, right? So you and Susan can buddy up. One can read the directions, and then one can be like, oh, this is where that goes. This is where I'll go do the die cutting. You go do the stamping. You know what I mean? I'm just using you guys an example. So, but it's just like our make and take shoebox, but it's just going to be in stations this time. So it's going to be so much better. And there's going to be so much more stamping. There's not going to be really that much downtime this year. But I really, really need your feedback after the retreat. So if we want to add more projects or less, I really need to hear all that. So, and of course, I'll give you guys all this in the housekeeping when we add our retreat. So no worries. Okay, so I'm getting ready to make my swaps. How many? No, there's no, Vicki, the sign up has not even started yet. I'm still waiting on like 5 more people to sign up and register before I offer the sign up list for the swaps, because I don't want to miss anybody. Because, you know, there's at least 4 people that I'm waiting on, 2 of which are VIPs. And if they want to take part of the swaps, I'm not going to post the sign up for the swap yet. And then the deadline for the swapping is going to be August. The sign up for the retreat is August 2nd. So then after August 2nd, once everybody is registered, then I'll post the sign up list for the swapping. And then that's when I'll get the head count for everybody to make their swaps. So there is a reason why I haven't posted the sign up yet, because I'm waiting for everybody to register. I don't want anybody to be missed out on the swapping. Okay? So you haven't even missed anything yet, Vicki. I haven't even announced it yet on our Facebook page. Okay? All right, guys, it's 34 after. Please, if you guys have any questions, I'm going to be back here live next week, so maybe we can spend a little bit more time chit-chatty and asking your questions and me going through them. But seriously, if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Message me, text me, okay? All right, guys. And I will have all these cards posted along with the printable link over on my blog tomorrow if you guys missed my newsletter. And it's also listed down below, all right? I will see you guys next week. Same glitter time, same glitter station. We'll be right here. Love you guys. Bye.